David, here you and I sit in part of the world that you're comfortable in, mechanicing and driving big trucks, and I see you're working on some of your own equipment. It's been 2 years now since we met, and I thought I'd just let you tell the story of what it's meant to you from a physical viewpoint in terms of your overall health and blood pressure and all of the stuff that you go through as a big truck over the road truck driver.
Well, as you know, a couple of years ago, I failed a qualification physical due to my blood pressure being too high. My choices were standard blood pressure medication, which I didn't want to do because of possible side effects, those kinds of problems. And my chiropractor introduced me to you, and you in turn introduced me to the Nefesh product. I started taking that product. It brought my blood pressure down rather quickly, passed that physical, and now 2 years later I was due for a physical again, and I just requalified a couple of days ago. The doctor was happy with my blood pressure numbers. Along with that, I've changed my diet, which is a little difficult to do living in a truck and running over the road because you're forced to eat in restaurants. But I have done it. I've lost some weight. I try to exercise more, which is also a little bit difficult to do given what I do. If I hadn't have passed that back then and now, it would have forced me out of business because I simply can't drive without it. You know, the federal law just won't allow me to. So it has been a really good thing for me. It has kept me away from prescription drugs, which I very much wanted to stay out of. Other benefits have been that I've had more energy. I feel like I'm more alert when I take the product. It just overall has been really good for me. Intend to continue taking it. I don't see any reason not to, you know, because it does work.
Mm-hmm. In terms of cost, because there's a lot of people that think that they can take this sort of stuff, and I look at it as just food. You know, I've instead of buying that food, I buy this food, and do you see a savings in your usage of this over perhaps eating out?
Well, yeah, if you break it down, I take it and the protein product, and I use them as a meal substitute.
Mm-hmm.
I generally do it in the morning as my first meal of the day, and when I take it, I'm generally good for up to about 6 hours or so without needing to eat again. And it provides me with the energy that I need. And like I say, I stay alert. I don't see it as being, like you say, any different than what it costs me for any. It's less than what it costs me for any other meal. If I go to a restaurant and eat breakfast, it's $10 to $12 every time. And I actually haven't figured out what this costs by the day. But I know that what it is for the month, and a month of breakfast is nearly $300, and it doesn't cost me that much.
Uh-huh. One of the things that I think would be of interest is when you don't have it, what do you like? And you've been without it on occasion.
On occasion, yeah, I've run out when I've been out on the road. You mean what do I like to eat?
No. What happens to your
energy? Oh, what
energy?
happens to me?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I can definitely feel it. Generally, it takes about a day, and then I start feeling tired and sluggish and
Little brain fog?
a little brain fog,
That's fog, not frog.
Frog, yes. Kind of sleepy, but yeah, I can definitely tell when I haven't taken it. I can really feel the difference.
So would you consider that a danger on the road if you weren't alert?
Oh, very definitely.
And does this help you with that?
It does. Helps me stay alert.
Truck drivers need to talk to us, don't they?
Yes, they do.
And you've lost some poundage?
Yeah, overall, I've lost and kept off. Let's see, nearly 15 pounds.
The other side of this, I would think would be in cognitive skills. Do you feel like maybe your retention has it changed?
I'm not sure about, you're talking about memory. I'm not sure about a memory change, but along with the alertness comes a little quicker decision making, those kinds of things,
Mm-hmm.
which, you know,
On the road, that's
on
important.
the road, why you need to sometimes make decisions very quickly.
How about if you're driving and you hit fatigue, and you're working out? What's your? Are you sleeping better? Are you resting better?
Oh yeah, I sleep very well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, when it comes to bedtime, well, I generally don't have trouble going to sleep, and I generally sleep most of the night without waking up.
well, you know, Dave, it's been a pleasure for me to know you and watch the change in your life, and it so mirrors so many other folks, and I do not understand why a person wouldn't choose a lifestyle of high energy and just being calm. Do you?
No, I don't. I know a lot of people choose not to do anything, but I don't, you know, and truthfully, I didn't do anything until I was faced with, you got to do this or else, you know, and that's
So you'd have kept up the same old, same old? Was
Not-
there any time in there where you thought maybe what the road you're on was not the right road?
well, the wife and I had changed our eating somewhat, and we're trying to do things a little better because we knew enough to know that the way you eat when you're on a road like that is mostly not real healthy. A lot of times consists of a lot of fried food, a lot of stuff that gets microwaved, things that are full of preservatives, sugar, too much salt, you know, on down the list, things that you really ought to avoid, and I've been mostly avoiding. I occasionally like my sweets, but
Well, sure. I mean, we all do.
yeah,
So overall, it hasn't been difficult for you.
no. Once I made the initial change, the first little bit was I had to think about it more. You know, no, don't do this, kind of a thing. You know, make the decision, be disciplined about it. But after I'd been doing it for a little while, no, it has not been really all that hard.
So if we were to fuss with this, would it have been easier to do what we're doing now 20 years ago?
Oh, yeah.
Would you suggest people do that instead of going through what you and I both have experienced?
Oh yeah, it would have been much easier to have known and made the changes then than now, you know. And I don't know if I have any long-term effects from not eating correctly for those years,
Mm-hmm.
but I think overall my health would probably be better if I had done it 20 years ago.
What memory does for us.
Yeah.
David, thanks.